Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo or Carl Hungus 712. Today I'm bringing you a brand new commentary here. This was actually taken from the new arena play. We finally found a match where it wasn't 8v0, where we had all 8 guys lined up on our team versus nobody, or we had a game where it was like 7v4. Or I guess another problem with arena play, just like League play in Black Ops 2, usually start the match off a player down. Luckily, most of the matches so far have been search and destroy, which is kind of nice. It's my favorite game mode. So it's much easier to play 3v3. But anyways, this is a 4v4 match. I ended up dropping 11 or 13 on these guys. These guys were pretty decent players, so I think you guys will like the gameplay in the background. But first thing to start off, I'd like to say happy belated Veterans Day to all our veterans out there. There's one group of people that's I have the most respect for, the utmost respect for, and that'd be our military veterans. They really make, they're really the reason why we have the freedom, why this country is as great as it is. And like I said, there's nobody I have more respect for, basically in the country or in the world than our veterans. So I'd like to give a big thanks to those guys. I really appreciate what they do, and I can't say too much, but like I said, I just wanted to throw that out there real quick before I got on my little rant here about basically what I think of the game thus far. We're just about, well, I guess when I upload this video tonight, it'll actually be a week since the game's been out, and I just kind of wanted to give my perspective on what I think's been great so far in the game, if there's been some broken issues or some problems, and things to fix, in comparison, maybe compare it to some of the other Call of Duty games. I think you guys will be kind of surprised at what I have to say about the game. We'll see. But anyways, let's get started. The first thing I'll say about this game is that Treyarch definitely always brings the fun factor into Call of Duty, and that's one of the reasons why I love the company so much, whether it was Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 or World at War. Of course, when I first started getting into Call of Duty, Black Ops 2 was in its basically last month of life before Ghost came out. So that was the game I got started on. Like I said, the maps were beautiful. The gun balancing was beautiful. The game was just a well-balanced game. Same with Black Ops 1. I mean, obviously, there were some gun balancing issues in Black Ops 1, but other than that, the game was really fun, and there were a lot of viable weapons in that as well. And like I'll say from the start here, the fun factor, it's right there. I mean, if you pick up this game, you're probably going to have fun with it. It really is fun. Graphically, again, I think Treyarch always nails the graphics on a game. The maps are all beautiful. Right now I'm playing on the PS4. I have copies for both consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One. And the graphics are beautiful on both. Like I said, again, the maps are bright, they're vibrant, they're colorful. You can't ask for much more from the maps. The maps are pretty balanced too with the new movement system. One thing I will say, it takes a little while to get used to the movement system running on walls and stuff. I still struggle with it at times. I'll still fall off random walls, which of course doesn't help us too much in Search and Destroy or something like that. But so far, like I said, the map designs and the layouts and the colors and everything, the artwork. It's pretty top-notch. One thing I'll say right from the start, I think gun balancing wise for Call of Duty right out of the gate, because I remember Ghost when it came out, I remember Advanced Warfare when it came out, and I remember some of the feedback from community members in the past about gun balancing and weapon balancing in basically in Call of Duty as it was released, and the gun balancing is pretty flawless in this game. Now, there are a couple of guns you might be able to tinker with a little bit and adjust, but to be honest with you, so far I really don't think the guns need any balancing. A lot of people have complained about the Gorgon. If you haven't played this game yet, it's a really slow firing 2-shot kill from anywhere on the map LMG, and you might be thinking, well, 2-shot kill, that sounds kind of powerful, but the gun fires so fucking slow. I mean, my guess is the fire rate's probably around 350 or 400. So like I said, the RPMs they're really slow on the gun. So in my opinion, it's not in the ADS slow. Your hip fire's atrocious, so I don't see why that gun would need balancing. Plus LMGs, that's what they're designed for. They're big, powerful defensive weapons. You know, one thing I've always found with using LMGs, whenever I've used them in public matches, I don't use them really in competitive just because you're kind of at a disadvantage with them. But anyways, in public matches, if somebody flanks you, you know, or kind of uses their speed to kind of maneuver through, you're going to end up getting beat. So I don't think that gun needs a buff. The M8's about what it was in Black Ops 2, except the hit detection so much better in this game. The gun ends up working quite a bit better. And one of the other guns that I've heard a lot of complaints about is the Shiva, which if you guys played the beta, the Shiva is basically the SMR from Black Ops 2, which actually a lot of people didn't use, which shocked me because that was one of the best, most underrated guns in that game was the SMR. It didn't shoot quite as fast as the FAL, but it had a lot more range. It did more damage over range, and yeah, it fired a little slower, but it still was a phenomenal weapon. Again, the Shiva, is it overpowered? Absolutely not. Again, it fires so slowly that, you know, if you miss shots, you're going to pay for it. So far, right from the start, anyways, the weapon balancing is spot on. You know, great job, Treyarch. Kill streaks now, or score streaks. Now, to be honest with you, there's maybe half the amount of score streaks on Black Ops 3 as there were in Black Ops 2. And that's kind of upsetting. I like having a lot of variety. That's what made public matches so much fun and which made competitive so competitive. You had so many different score streaks to go with. And it allowed you to play, you know, much differently. And it allowed you to change the outcome of the game if you were good enough to stay alive and to obtain these score streaks. And in this game so far, the score streaks are underpowered. They're not like they were in Black Ops 2, which I thought in Black Ops 2 they did a very good job of. I thought they were quite well done in Black Ops 2. But in Black Ops 3 so far, I've not been a fan of the score streaks that much. The Hellstorm was nerfed to probably an insane level. It was nerfed to insanity. It's pretty pointless to use that anymore. It spreads out too much. It's tough to get kills. The AGR-like kill streak in this it's not too bad. It's all right. There's another one that's like the AGR also, where it's a robot that walks around. That one's okay. The Mothership, definitely not as powerful. It's in my opinion, the Mothership's not even worth going for. It's not like the Swarm. The RAPs they brought into this game, which will basically replace the K9 unit, and those are the problem with the RAPs. They're too big, they're kind of slow, and they're just really easy to take out. So if you put RAPs on and you're playing some pretty smart players, you're not going to get many kills. You might get 1 or 2 kills if you're lucky, but it's definitely not the K9 unit either. So right now, I do have a knock on the score streaks. I don't think they're very good, but knowing Vondi and Treyarch, they'll, of course, probably maybe they'll throw some score streaks in with one of these DLCs. We'll have to see. But anyways, the score streaks are, like I said, they're kind of underpowered. I'm not a real big fan of them at the moment. Specialists, are they overpowered? Absolutely not. They're pretty fun to use. Should they be in competitive? You know what? I haven't played enough yet to tell you that for sure. I don't think they're, like I said, I don't have a problem with them being in competitive because you do eventually get them. Everybody gets them, but you don't get you basically don't get your specialist as fast as you think you would. So, you know, I think it really helps the metagame out having the specialists in there, because if you're smart enough to save it and earn it and use it in certain situations, you'll definitely be rewarded for it. Connection-wise, the connections are pretty good in this game. Everything's ran off of dedicated servers thus far. I have a NetDuma, so I can test that. Like I said, the connections for the most part are great. Once in a while, you know, there'll be a few glitches here and there. Hey, you know what? It's Call of Duty. It's an online game. Networking's never perfect. So the connection's been pretty good so far. I've really been impressed with it. Like I said, you guys will have to play and see how it is. I'm guessing on the last gen consoles, you probably don't have dedicated servers, so I'm sure the lag will be much worse on those games. or those consoles, excuse me. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to touch on before I end up ending this video and letting you see us really give these guys the hands here at the end and do some work. But anyways, like I said, the game's really fun. Oh, and I also wanted to say, too, there's been some glitches in arena play and even in some public matches where you'll join a game that's supposed to be, let's say you're joining just a normal TDM game that's 12v12. Sometimes you'll end up with 18 guys on your team, or it's basically like you're playing a ground war game. Tonight, Junior Quinn and I were in a match on Nuketown, and we spawned in, and it was 4v10 or 4v8 on Nuketown. We didn't get anybody to spawn in on our team. Basically, you'd spawn up, and you couldn't even take a step, and your screen was just blood red. You know, so there has been some issues with that. Hey, again, it's a brand new game. They'll patch it, so I'm not too worried about that. I think I think that's a pretty minor thing. But all in all, I think Black Ops 3. We're finally going to have a fun game to play for a year until the Infinity Ward game comes out. Now, is it on the same level as Black Ops 2? Thus far, no, it's not. I think it's a very fun game. There's a lot of features in it. It's like I said, it's a challenging game. It's fun. You know, like I said, great gun variety. You have the specialists and stuff. But with the score streaks being kind of pissy, or not what they should be. That, like I said, I think that takes away from the fun factor a little bit. The boosting still, I'm not a big fan of boosting. I'm not a big fan of the wall running. It's much better than it was in the Advanced Warfare series, because in Advanced Warfare you could basically double jump across the map in 4 seconds with overclock or whatever I don't even remember what the special ability was, but it was something like that. Like I said, the wall running and jumping, it's more to get to places on the map. You're kind of at a disadvantage in this game if you're jumping and trying to shoot. It's not like it was in Advanced Warfare. It's much more difficult to control your gun midair. But anyways, like I said, I just kind of wanted to give you guys kind of my opinions on what I think of the game so far. Like I said, I think it's going to be a really good year. I think it's going to be a really good game for us Call of Duty fans out there. Like I said, I'm looking forward to Infinity Ward's next game, because I think we will end up going back to boots on the ground, normal combat. You don't have to deal with people floating in the air for 45 minutes or running around on the side of a building or a big old sequoia tree out in California. You're not gonna have to worry about that stuff. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy these last like 4 or 5 minutes of the video. It's kind of a long upload. Don't feel bad if you want to quit watching after the commentary is done. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next video, and bow out.
Charges diffused. Good job, CDP. Do it again, and let's go home.
Reaper KIA.
Wasted!
Switching sides. Destroy the objectives. We got the bomb. You are our last combat asset. Complete the mission. Quit feeling sorry for yourself. There's more work to do. Switching operation ready point. Bomb planted.
Outrider neutralized.
Reaper? Hardly. Mechanical destroyed.
Bomb deactivated.
Mechanical.
You made the entire CDP proud.
Client liquidated. Leaving the scene.
One shot, one kill. Won't even hear it coming.